Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know, number two. I don't know when the sound's gonna give out, but like when it's been happening lately, it literally looks like this to me. It looks like this to me. Like it looks like this to me just 10 seconds ago. So how the fuck would I know if the sound's out? You know what I'm saying? Sorry, the aspect ratio fucks with everything, but yeah, how would I know if the sound's looking like this? How would I know if I'm not coming through? Someone would have to tell me. You can see how bad of a fucking piece of shit Streamlabs cock-sucking ass motherfucking worthless piece of shit program actually is. It's like not only is it bad and bad coded, it crashes all the time, but it'll also actively fucking lie to you. Actively lie to you. Like, you know, actively lie to you in a way that might actually really hurt your career. And I kind of wish they would get prosecuted. I say it every day. It's like here comes that normal time of night where I say, I hope they prosecute Streamlabs. Jesus Christ. It's like this terrible fucking cliche. But I mean, I keep losing at least 20 to 60 minutes a day to Streamlabs failure. So sooner or later, I'm going to really want that company to go belly up and all that. You know, because like I can't believe they have the monopoly on streamer programs. I need a streamer program that actually fucking works, but it turns out there's only two, and they're both the same thing.
Rita truly answered the
Thanks, billionaire software despots. Thanks.
This event could be considered the most anticipated event in the game's history. Twitch Rivals had increased the stakes once again, exciting many of the veteran Rust creators for what was to come. In the first game battle, we saw 2 teams. In the second, we saw 4. Now you would have an astonishing 8 teams with 20 creators each, totaling to 160 participants, and the highest payout seen for all winning players. What would make this event an even greater challenge for the teams is you would now have 4 original Rust creators leading their own. Well and known for his Rust stories and narratives, Panpot's taking charge for the notorious Spanish team, previously run by Alex by 11. Finally, H-June and Coconut B, considered to be some of the most competitive Rust players, would now be going head-to-head to take the title not as a member of the winning team, but the leader of one. Let's not forget the creators beyond Rust, with Delicardi, previous contender and popular variety streamer, Power, notable for his success in Fortnite, JL Tomy, and Buddha, who are widely recognized for their roleplay in GTA 5, would also be making an appearance with the same goal of winning. All this competition would begin to fuel a drama never seen in a professional setting for Rust, and it's time we take a deep dive into what actually happened behind the scenes, and you can decide who is right or wrong, and what you think is fair. Twitch rivals Facepunch and Rustoria wanted to host a fair event that truly represented what Rust was all about. Their interests have always been focused towards the best entertainment value.
Toxicity. Rust is about toxicity, and that's what happened. Am I wrong?
For the player and the viewer, Cloudfuel would go to be the main organizer of this event to make sure it was possible to give the best experience for everyone involved,
my
even while Twitch pushed massive layoffs due to economic and business trends. H-June, being the original pioneer of Trust in Rust alongside Rustoria, had been a massive asset in getting these events where they are today. Building the streamer community and speaking out for what creators really wanted made this possible. But deep down, H-June was a competitive player at heart and always strived to win. Becoming a team captain would now show if he had it to make it on his own. Coconut B was also in a similar mindset. Having been a player on the first 2 events, would be happy to lead his first team as a captain, thanks to endorsements from other previous participants, one of those being H-June. As the meetings took place and the team rosters began to release...
Hi guys, I love you. Thank you for sticking around. I'm sorry. I do see that there's 8 people here, and thank you for sticking around with me. Sorry, Streamlabs. I know, Aquinas, right? I can't wait. I can't wait, right? I am hyped, Aquinas. I cannot wait, dude. Okay, I must admit, I have not done any spoilers, so the only thing I know about this expansion is the name of it. That's it. And then I don't know what I need to do, and I don't care. And I think it's going to be a really amazing experience. I'm just going to do it up, like kind of probably how AGS wants me to, you know? It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick, dude. All around me, like, okay, at the ECR today, Thomas, I had like, or Aquinas, excuse me. I had like, I didn't have, but we had like 120 people in the raid, which for New World is a lot. That's not a lot for something like World of Warcraft, but it is a lot for New World. It's a lot. You know, it's
Multi-day drama.
Can't see past the nameplates kind of thing. It's
folded.
New World is experiencing a little bit of a resurgence. Like, for instance, I suppose, you know what would be a good thing to do right now is to go look at New World's concurrent, which would be Steam Gaming Player Statistics, right? Let's go see what Russ did today. What did Russ do today? Russ is down to 98,510 in the 16th place, which is the lowest I've seen it in a long time. Yeah, breathe some light. Hopefully the expansion breathes some light into the game. And so let's do the list for New World, right? New World. No, not new. New World was still in 75th place, but we're up about 6,000 over the 18,000 that it's been at. So that's a good sign, but no, New World is not experiencing a resurgence, no. Maybe on expansion it will. I don't know. But we'll see.
Captains battled it out to decide what was fair for this event. It can be assumed that H-June was not prepared to fight on this front. Heavily involved in the events from the beginning, probably felt a form of betrayal from Coco, as H-June had put in a
I'm hyped for New World. I love New World.
Other players, and notably Trowsy, would feel the same way in this competitive feud. It's unlikely there was any hate between these individuals. They were all just very competitive Rust players, and they all wanted to win. The competitive ideals from Coconut B and H-June clashed with what Face Punch, Twitch Rivals, and Rustoria had originally in mind. As for companies, they focused on the perspective of community, and less on the balancing or competitive aspects of teams. If they knew it would be more about sport rather than content, it's likely that they would have been more hands-on in making the teams themselves, as there's no impact when a streamer picks someone for content, but there is a competitive advantage for being selected based off skill. But the drama had set its course, and now everyone had to watch it unfold, uncertain of what would happen. At the time of releasing this video, H-June has not responded for an interview. I'm happy to do a follow-up video if he decides to reach out in the future. So what was the actual argument being made? Well, H-June had some of the best players from previous events on his team, Coco and many others considering most of them to be on a skill level of 10, with 10 being the highest. It seemed the organizers and team captains wanted H-June to remove one of these 5 players in favor of a lesser skilled player to balance out the playing field. In the recourse of changing teams, H-June made compromises, removing competitive players such as Ito, known for being a top player in the Rust clan scene, or Optic Karma, who was a competitive Call of Duty pro. But in doing so would begin to add replacements, others considered equally competitive, such as Eltic, Snippy's girlfriend, and Sippy Tango, a very old school Rust streamer. This was not the desired outcome everyone had wanted. This drama would be further pushed into the public spotlight with the unintentional leaks from Aiden, a player who was streaming on Coconut B's team. This would also be
You changed the outcome by measuring it.
rumored from other captains, eventually making its way to the public eye in a short time frame, applying outside pressure and drama for what community members felt their favorite creators should do, and what was fair. H-June had not removed any of the top 5 members, and from his perspective, it's reasonable to see that even removing one of these players would weaken his competitive edge. So in the midst of frustration and the heavy pushback he was receiving, he made another change, removing Blueprint, who was his 6th top player and had a rating of 8.5 on the decided scale from the team captains, along with uninviting Sippy Tango and Eltic to play on his team. It was unlikely that H-June had intentions to make Blueprint upset in any way, but would argue that he was forced to kick Blueprint due to pressure from other team captains and organizers. Blueprint was rightfully deeply upset. Having participated in the previous Twitch Rivals, he felt this was a targeted situation towards him. He would go on to express his concern on a twit longer on how he felt it was unfair to be removed when he was one of the original people invited to the event. Blueprint's tweet shined a spotlight on the controversy to a bigger scale, with many other large creators agreeing that Blueprint was in the right for the way he was feeling. and put negative pressure on the organizers for the concerns of what was happening behind closed doors.
I was immediately blocked by Trowsy and Rooter and H-Shun, and I mean, H-Shun blocked me before the event started, and on his stream he pretty much said I never want to be friends with Coco again. Like, we were all really good friends. Like, and like, dude, like, Trowsy is a streamer I grew up watching. Like, he's the reason I became a streamer. He's the reason.
Are you gonna cry about this, bro? Please cry about this, bro.
That was my idol.
Are you gonna cry?
H-June. Of the
see, I'm an asshole now. I'll cry on stream, but I won't do it about people. I'll do it about the system or the hole in my brain. I won't do it about people, though. That makes you a bitch.
And said that no one was at fault, and to please respect the organizers.
But it's true.
The tweet itself was not the full context of her.
Cry about my taxes, cry about my government, cry about, like, you know, if one of my friends has cancer or a mental or, you know, physical disease. Cry about the hole in my head or, you know, sad songs, sad lyrics about a broken heart, that kind of thing. But I don't cry about other humans I get even, if they ever cross me. I don't know about crying about humans. That's, I don't know. I really love that guy.
Situation. And it was easy to think that it was Face Punch and Rival's fault. I asked,
yeah, just blame Face Punch, yeah.
Blue, Eltic,
I was so mad at Face Punch for 3 years, but it turns out that who I was mad at was Unity. And I feel like I really love Face Punch again. I really love Face Punch again. They were like, fuck Unity. We're not using it for Rust 2. We're so sorry, guys. Please don't hate us. And I'm like, that's okay. That's okay, Gary. We love you anyways, Helk. It's okay. It's okay. We're good. You and I are good. We'll fucks with each other. I still love you guys. It's okay. The bad men. Show me on the doll where the bad Unity men touched you. And it's okay. It's okay. All the heartache that the Rust engine has caused me, in the end, it was okay. In the end, it was everything that I thought. It was a really bad engine. I kept saying, the engine sucks dick. The engine sucks dick. And all the Rust players were like, nah, man, your computer sucks or whatever. And I'm like, nah, the engine sucks dick. And sure enough,
I was told yes, and they would have to be.
Sure enough, the owner's like, we are nixing the engine. He's literally gonna kill the engine. He's like, I can't afford to let them download Rust anymore because Unity will charge me like $15 every time or something, so, or $1 every time or whatever. So they just have to make a new engine now. That's all fucked up. What happened to poor Face Punch? Now I'm pro Face Punch again and anti-Unity because my woes about Rust were from Unity. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Unity. I had no idea. Like, I was like, man, I knew because every time I played Fortnite, I was like, why does Fortnite play like smooth, buttery, silky vagina, you know, testosterosa, fucking, you know, Lamborghini, fast, smooth, the silk, just love it, you know, pretty and fast and good. And then Rust sucks so bad. And you're like, why? Oh, it's Unity.
Of the deadline being so close.
So now, and so we blame Face Punch for all the problems for a long time. But was it really Face Punch's issue that the client needs 7 minutes to load most of the time? Is that really? I mean, it's weird how okay, like literally just to like give you an idea. I mean, like right here, I'm just gonna log right the fuck here because it's fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pop to the screen and we're gonna go to the clock and I'm gonna show you what a normal game loads like, and it is not like fucking Rust. You know what I'm saying? And the Rust players, they'll be like, oh, you're wrong, you're just wrong. No, man, you're self-deluding yourself about how bad that client was. And I got a lot of Rust like pushback about that. Like so take a look at what I'm looking at here. So we're gonna run a timer here. Here's how fast a normal game loads. Sorry, that was bad. I'll restart it here the minute I hit the play button. Here we go. I'm gonna restart it now. Going. So here's a real load from a real game. It's not this loading textures and doing 12,000 we're loading world and then prefab textures and all this other stuff. I mean, it is doing all of that, but it's not showing it to me, and it's not taking 7 fucking minutes, like 3 to 7 minutes, right? We're gonna get in here and it's not that fast, it's like 45 seconds or something like that. Oh nope, there it is. We stopped the timer at 30. 30 seconds. And then you begin to understand that's what I want from my modern games. That's the tears that Helk and Gary are shedding, and that's tragic that Unity fucked them like that. So now let's get back to what we were listening to. But I mean, man, it's easy to blame Facepunch for all your problems, but I really don't know about that.
Given to the situation from this post, it would go to upset Cloudfuel, who is working tirelessly around the clock. He did not appreciate
it's not Facepunch's fault that Rust breeds like a breed of player that excels. Like, I never met anybody who had more than 1,000 hours in Rust who sucked at shooters. I just didn't. The game won't permit you to do it. You can't suck at shooters and still play Rust for longer than, like, 300 hours before you're just like, oh, no, I'm going to get my ass shoot a lie by clans out there and raided every night, solos. And if you're antisocial, you won't do well. So, like, Rust definitely brings out a more hardcore personality in people and leads them to drive and strive for more. The only time I've ever seen anybody who rivaled that sort of community in the large clan Rust would have been, I never saw it in CSGO, but I'm sure it exists in CSGO. I'm sure it exists in Fortnite, PUBG, all the big ones, Apex, Valorant. But the main one that I want to talk about is of course, World of Warcraft's raiding scene. Was the last time I saw anybody as serial about gaming as the Rust Clan scene. And I think they're very similar in a lot of ways. I think they're both toxic in a lot of ways because they're both super competitive in a lot of ways. You know, so they're hard. It's hard for them to deal with each other. It's hard to be nice to each other. It's kind of like a Call of Duty lobby when you hang out with Blizzard kids and Rust kids, and that's okay, but I don't know where I'm going with this.
Situation with team captains being broadcasted to such a wide scale. Cloudfuel would express his concerns in saying, yes, you were told that your
and so they throw a bunch of Rust players in the Minecraft pool. People who are literally doing GTA RP. Like, I had a friend, he was like, hey, you want to do GTA RP when it was super popular? It'll help your stream. And I was like, no. And he was like, why? And I was like, the combat sucks dick. That GTA 5 combat, buddy. I just can't do that auto aim, like click, like auto lock target spray shit. I can't do that shit. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it in GTA 4. I didn't like it past San Andreas, you know. I thought that was good in like 2005, but in 2023, I don't know about GTA 5 from a combat from a combat standpoint. And I look at combat when I look at games. So sure, GTA RP is cool, and I know a lot of it's not combat, but that's a problem for me. There's no combat in it. So, like, if you throw a Rust player in the GTA 5 pool or, like, the Minecraft pool, it's like throwing a fucking, like, a great white shark into, like, the kiddie pool at the water park. The Rust player is gonna chew through, like, 12 people. Rust forces you to do shit like that. A Rust player will carve through 12 people, no problem. My friend Dino will carve through 12 people faster than you can provide them. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes, you were told your top 5 is way too strong. No, you were not.
Yeah, your top 5 is way too strong because, yeah, not everybody here is Rust players. Yeah, so you get an idea of like what Rust is, kind of. It's like college. It's like video game college to me. There's only 3 games that are actually kind of like that in a way. I think the end game in Minecraft is actually kind of crazy in terms of how much skill it takes. I think the end game in Rust is kind of crazy with how much skill it takes, and I think the end game in EVE Online is kind of crazy with how much skill it takes. Maybe a couple of other contenders like old school RuneScape, maybe PUBG, you know.
Specifically need to remove
CSGO,
Blue, Altic, and Sippy Tango. You were told that you could not add them.
Both PUBG / CSGO, you know.
Specifically told that you could drop someone like Hutnik for Blue.
Yeah, like literally, if you were to throw Willjum into the tank at the Fortnite pool, I'm sure he would die if it was Fortnite. But if you were to throw a bunch of Fortnite players on a 10x island with Willjum, he's gonna carve through Doc Lupo and all them. He's gonna carve through them. It's a higher skill level game. I mean, at least on his own engine. On Rust, he will. If they're all on Rust, somebody like, not Willjam, somebody like Lone in Tokyo will carve through Ninja, no problem.
You had no
And this is something we kind of know about it.
in doing that. The issue
But the problem is, when it's that high level skill, the esports isn't that fun. It's super technical and nobody really appreciates it. What was so cool about the Fortnite World League was pretty much anybody could engage in it.
is that you
You
have
know.
Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar already on your team.
Yeah.
You can't then try to
Yeah.
add Will Chamberlain and
No.
think that will be okay. If you
No.
want to drop one of these greats for another great, then you absolutely can, but you cannot have 6 greats. The situation eventually settled out, unfortunately with Blueprint out of the picture. In the end, he had his team of his original top 5 players. Facepunch, Twitch Rivals, and Rustoria, alongside Cloudfuel, were now willing to proceed after changes made to everyone's teams, and removing skilled players such as Frost for Coconut B's team and Blueprint for H-June's team. Twitch Rivals captains felt that the event was better balanced, and there was no time left to further critique teams. The show must go on, and now we are ready to take the journey to see who would win. And we begin. On day 1, all 8 teams would become acquainted with their island, as they would be spending the next 5 days here in-game, and for a majority, their real lives. Being accompanied by a 15x15 building plot, and a build area for a hemp farm. The objective remained the same. The group with the most dog tags collected would win. These could be received through events, killing other players, or raiding bases, which were only allowed on the last 4 to 5 hours of the event. The first 4 hours would be Tier 0, giving players access to an Ioka and a bow, while they learned the ropes of the world they were about to enter.
When you talk, nobody can understand what you're saying. Why are you so sad, bro?
Asleep, apparently.
That's not
Must be
true.
so
I'm
late.
here. That's not true.
That kid looks like he's got a cocaine addiction and he's nodding out.
See, it's all false information.
You nodded out in your seat. How do you get bored and fall asleep during this huge fucking event, you asshole? You asshole. Watching other streamers do some of the things they do. Oh my god, you asshole. You asshole. He passed the fuck out. He passed out.
Coconut B's team would be the first to score, but would be swiftly overtaken by many other teams as they tried to gain a lead. Tier 1 would come into play after 4 hours and would last for 12.
Wow.
The players could now craft crossbows, better armor, and revolvers. H-June's team took the lead with a 100-point margin. Coconut B's team would take the lead back at the beginning of this next phase.
By the way, this is why you don't get laid. I'm not kidding. This is why you do not get laid. This is why you have no bitches. This is why you look like a fucking troglodyte.
Tier 2 would begin after the first 12 hours, with most players being able to craft weapons like MP5s, semi-auto rifles, now being assisted with additional protection from hazmat suits and road sign. Day 2. Many players would wake up to H-June in the lead, beginning to build a margin that would be very difficult for many to beat. But maybe they would have a chance
Wow.
with the introduction of Tier 3 items such
I don't know, man. Watching you fire that AK. Ugh.
as AKs and rockets.
Right, you have quite a large splash there. Oh, wow!
Who is that?
Porgy! It's Porgy! Porgy!
He killed them all with a melee tool. Fucking
H-June's
bad.
team would
I want to
close
see it
out the
again. I want to.
Porgy!
I can't believe.
introduction of Tier 3 items such as AKs and rockets.
Right, you have quite a large splash there. Oh, wow!
Who is that?
Porgy! It's Porgy! Porgy!
H-June's team would
Wow.
close out the day with a lead of around 150 points, and closing in on a total score of 1,100 points. Day 3. H-June would obtain
Living life on the edge,
1,500
guys.
points in Day 3, where the lead had grown exponentially from Day 2. Fear began to linger across all team captains that the odds were low that they could even win. But with 2 days remaining, there might be a chance they could catch up.
I'm dead. You just killed all of us. You just killed.
Bro, this dunk just moved right in front of me at the last second when I'm about to shoot.
Coco's team would fight back, obtaining a total of 2,000 points in the start of day 4, where H-Tune's team would be multiple steps ahead, gaining a total of 2,600 points. Exhaustion was hitting everyone, and a lot of players on the losing teams began to take things in a more recreational tone.
Just got shot inside the
I'm running over to
What are they even singing? What song is that?
No, I don't know.
After some much-needed sleep, many players with the few hours they got pushed forward to begin raiding hemp bases, other teams' forward operating bases, which was now allowed. With Coco's team striking down Buddha's forward operating base and hemp bases for Team H2, Team Buddha, and Team Welland, before being countered by the Spanish team, where many decide to take a well-needed nap before entering the final day of the event. But someone was not feeling well beyond the low levels of sleep or stress from the event. On May 5th, Coconut B would go to post a video on Twitter showing his POV for Wipe Day. This would seem normal until looking closer to find an IV bag connected to his arm. There was a bit of concern, but many would assume this might not be too serious of an illness. Twitch Rivals was 2 weeks away, about to start on the 16th of May, and you'd want to be in your best physical health to have the most optimal performance while playing. Unfortunately, the truth would reveal that Coco's health was not getting better, only worse. With 3 days into the event, on May 18th, Coco would go on to say this on Twitter: "Going to the hospital, been throwing up for the past 5 days, 102 fever, intense migraine, insane fatigue, something is definitely wrong." This shocked many fans and creators that he'd been holding through during the whole event with the sickness he had. The worry came to the top of Coco's mind that he might not see the end of the event. It would turn out to be that this illness was a form of chronic fatigue, mononucleosis, or mono, the most serious symptoms appearing with fever, sore throat, head and body aches, swollen liver, spleen, and extreme fatigue lasting 2 to 6 weeks. Being in the acute phase in the middle of a highly competitive online tournament was the worst possible luck.
When Coco fell ill, it was a sickness like I've never seen. If I had to count, he threw up maybe minimum 30 times a day. Everything, and I mean everything he consumed, he would instantly throw up. He couldn't even look at his monitor without getting nauseous. I tried calling his doctor and asked what we could do. He
It's the
recommended
yiffs.
was Tylenol, room temperature.
He had the yiffs that you get this sometimes. It's like it's psychological, but it's not sickness. It's not choking. It's like a psychotic episode. The term in sports is it's yiff, YIFF. They call it getting the yips. It's when somebody who is normally a super contender suddenly starts, playing like a 5-year-old, or being super sick or something like that.
Zero Gatorade and rest. I did a bit of research myself, and I found out that high doses of vitamin C help. So I called about 10 different nurses. They all said they wouldn't be able to get there for another 5 hours or even the next day.
5 hours.
So I called one last place before I gave up,
don't know
and
why you're
they got a
telling this
nurse to come to our
story.
Airbnb within the next 30 minutes.
Airbnb.
And he was playing. He didn't want to take a break because Team Mendo rating his fob at the time. So he had to get on independently. And the nurse was surprisingly fine with treating him while he was doing all of that.
Oh
I ran
my
him a bath
God.
in the upstairs of the Airbnb and was downstairs making some soup for him. And then I heard the water stop running and then a loud thud. I instantly ran up there.
This is why I would never do like video game competitions and stuff like that, because what if you get sick the day before? Then you look like a fucking loser. Like, I've never wanted to be a contender in big tourney stuff, because it's like I know what'll happen. Murphy's Law, something bad will happen. So annoying.
And I saw his head sticking out the bathroom doorway, face flat on the floor. He hurt his ribs and knees and his right knee when he hit the floor, but this was the same night we had to take him to the hospital.
Coco would begin to take several trips to the hospital, with his final one being on the last day of the event. Lying down in the hospital bed with a fury of a fever and fatigue beyond imaginable, Coco was nowhere near dying by any chance, but felt extreme shame. This event to most creators probably felt like a 5-day event. To Coco, this was a 10-year journey to make it to this point. He would type to his team on Discord and his fans through Twitch chat, trying to decide what he should do. at a crossroads again. No one would blame Coco for his illness, and with a gap of almost 1,000 points away, odds were very slim that Coco's team would win. Maybe it was time to step back to recover and live to fight another day. But why would you throw everything away when you've come this far? He would let his team decide, with the clock ticking of 14 hours remaining. Should he return, or could they try to continue without him?
In the beginning, I definitely didn't understand how sick Coco was. It wasn't about rivals anymore. It was more of, we hope that our captain feels better.
I was worried, man. Like, it sounded serious, and I know he really pushes himself.
Day 3 or 4, he sounded really bad.
I mean, if I was that ill, I don't think I'd be even thinking about Rust.
Yeah, I was that sick with COVID last year, and I was trying to do large clan stuff. We kept getting raided, and I was like, I'm sorry, guys, I have to go lie down for like 3 days. I have COVID. I was so sick, and they were like, dude, we can't even hear you when you speak. You're whispering right now. And I was like, I know, I'm sick with COVID. It sucked. I don't care. Let's go. Nice and nice spear. Okay, good. What now? You want me to go over there now? Okay, can I get up? I can't get up, can I? No. Stupid mountains are always in the way. It's so annoying. The crow's nest might be really fast. I don't know. I mean, how does that work, right? I guess we could try the crow's nest. See if I can get to it that way. I have to do all the PvP stuff too, but I frankly don't care about that stuff really.
So like how much money was on the line? Like it just changed the entire dynamic. Like if you watch every fight that goes well, it's because Coco is like screaming at us, tell us where to go and what to do, and we're all listening.
But I think it honestly inspired us more to see how hard he was trying and how hard he was fighting, regardless of the situation.
But I had a feeling, like, I don't know what it was, but I just kind of knew, like, he was going to hang about.
Despite us telling him to take care of himself first, we all knew that he'd ignore our advice and stick through the event.
So a decision was made. Coco would return to give his team a second chance, driving home in a rush. Emotions were heightened beyond belief for what would come. Had Coco made the right call? Well,
no, I can't get past wall like that. I'll have to run through.
Coming home
running through walls sucks, but it's not the end of the world.
Over Coconut B's team was demoralizing. This was a massive
I think the desert trip is less dangerous.
It would be an impossible feat to collect that many tags with so little time remaining.
I think the desert trip is way less dangerous.
Chance. With the remaining 4 to 5 hours left of the event, all teams would
I don't know. Fuck it. I'll just do the pass. I can kill most things. It doesn't matter.
And you could collect all their dog tags. So who would raid who? Well, it's always easy being the defender than the attacker historically. The attackers almost always fail. So this job could not be done alone. It was time for Coco to make a deal. If he wanted to win, he would need to ally with another team to successfully raid a group with a sufficient amount of points. To all the team captains, the most appealing target seemed to be Team H-June.
Come on, pick up!
Stop fucking calling.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, let's talk business. Let's talk business. When can you
Well,
make this transfer?
I'm not gonna lie, Will, and I feel a bit uneasy about our negotiation and our policies now.
What's making you feel uneasy?
You just had a call with Team H, and now all of a sudden you want to have a speedy transfer. I'm a little uneasy right now, so I'd appreciate if you could relieve the tension.
I'd love to relieve the tension. Lie down.
What?
Are you lying down?
What the hell?
Okay, sorry. No. I think call drop for a second. No. Call drop. Sorry, I was talking to somebody else. Listen, Coconut. I swear on Emmanuel Macron, me, I believe you. I trust you 100%. But my team don't trust you. They think you're gonna kill me. So we're gonna come, but not on your island. Gotcha.
Let's take out these sons of bitches, William. Godspeed.
With being second in the lead and having a strong suit for competition, it would be fair to say a lot of teams did not trust Coconut B, but these teams needed to work together if they wanted to win. France and JL Tomey, Delicard and Willjum, and Team Wellen decided to make a deal. Less than 4 hours left All 4 teams with roughly 20 players each would make an assault on Team H-June. Eliminating H-June's team from the event would create a chance for everyone else to win. Arriving first to H-June's island, Coco's team would immediately lose their builder, lowering the chances of success that they could pull this off.
Yeah, when I died with all the raid-based mats on me, there was definitely a low sinking feeling. I was just rushing ahead, like it probably wasn't the move. Immediately respawned and just saw and listened to the comms and stuff like that as people are going down and down, and I'm like...
As H-June's team surrounded their forward operating base, it looked like it could be over before it even started. Team Welland and Team France would arrive shortly after, attempts to assist, and Coco's team would be able to make their bombs in the raid. But it was already over, the momentum was gone, and they were swiftly obliterated by Team H-June. Everyone had failed. On the other side of the map, we would see a similar fate for Team Wiljum, who had betrayed Coconut B to raid Buddha, while Buddha's team tried to raid Team Spain and failed. This looked to be the end. No teams were eliminated, everyone had failed except Team H-June, holding their staggering lead of points from PvP and events. Now all they had to do was wait out the clock to win. Morale was in the negative. Countless hours of gameplay, stress, and pressure made everyone very sad. Specifically for Coco's team, they were so close, yet so far being in second place. It felt fair that maybe now was the time for a well-deserved break. Everyone truly tried their best, but why not see it through? It felt impossible that there could be any different outcome. But who knows? Anything could happen in Rust. And what would happen next would be hard to comprehend.
Except people who don't play it getting good. That doesn't happen until thousands of hours later. No, anything can happen. No. So if you don't know how to play Rust, you can't win at Rust. And that's something that can't happen in Rust. I don't believe a 100-hour player is going to do well against a 4,000-hour player. What's up, number 2? Yeah, like, you know, that's just, you know...
It's only to be defeated. Then, out of nowhere, a sporadic text of eliminations would appear. Team Spain eliminated Team Buddha. There is now 3,337 points that could be claimed, and for those who could successfully return them, would likely win. What would happen next could be described as pure luck, a coincidence, a fluke. But what really is luck? When opportunity meets preparedness. And those who were patient and didn't give in when times got tough would now have the chance to fight the odds, to make their dreams come true.
The middle, right? You're going from the middle?
Yes.
If we don't rock it, we won't get there, yo.
Primer piso y segundo piso. No pasa nada. Que no vamos a ganar la Champions, hermano.
Vamos. Aquí está el armario, bro, puertas HQ.
Tírale, padre, tírale.
TC. Muévete. Tiro Pepo. Eliminado. La chapa.
TC, yeah?
Let's do this shit!
They might have it.
No, me morí.
Why is the Balti no scope? I mean, he hit the shot, I would say. I mean, he's hitting the shots great.
Everyone's gotta make a play.
Me voy.
base, me voy a base.
If they just sleep with the dog tags, they win. Yeah, it's over. They got it.
They're getting fucking pounded. They're getting pounded, bro.
Look, it's red on the map moving. What is that?
That's it, yeah?
That's it.
That's the tags. That's
the
Nah, they got it. Yeah, they are about to fucking.
I don't know. I have a
must
mini.
win it.
I have a mini.
Do they have a scrappy?
I have a mini.
Oh, guys, a mini.
Swim.
Oh shit, bro!
Blue shooting, bro.
Get this shit, bro. Get this shit.
No hay low.
Se le ve en el mapa, se ve en el mapa, gente.
Se ve en el mapa, ahí está, se ve en el mapa.
¿Qué se ve? ¿Qué se ve?
Abrir el mapa, nadie.
Me va a matar.
Pero pilla las chapas que caen abajo, no sé.
Me va a matar, me mata. Me va a morir.
I see it! I fucking see it!
Get this shit. I know we need it. Boys, we need to counter this raid. It's 8 shoot rating. We need to counter this raid. It's 8 shoot rating.
Where's the tags? I don't have them. I don't have them.
Yo.
Guys, I don't have the tag.
Yo, guys,
I see them.
go to the
I think I
bottom.
see it.
Did they go to
I got it. Pick me up. Let's go! Why?
Don't play.
We're gonna get kid. Morg. We didn't fucking give up. We fought our goddamn hearts out, team. Team, listen to me. We won. Team. Great team. Great team. Great team forever. You've watched me. You watched a man get his dream today. You truly did. You truly fucking did. Holy shit. I could die right now and I wouldn't care.
It was a good story.
Less than 20 minutes left of the whole tournament. Did not even think in a million years that this could happen.
Didn't think I was anywhere near close to featuring in a Twitch rival, so I'm just super thankful to everyone that gave the okay to that, and it was great.
With the tournament of this size, I feel like we actually did something to like have that immortalized in the history of the game. After dumping hours upon hours into Rust, that felt really good.
To win on a team against some of the best content creators, some of the best Rust players, it was a crowning achievement. Like, I cried.
Everything lined up. It was so perfect. It did not feel that it was real. I was in a dream.
They all brought their own. They all carried their own. They were there. They showed up. I just appreciate being a part of it. And in the future, I feel like this is something that I'll look back on and reminisce about.
Heaven. No, I can't think of a better word than that. What's like a good word for like a really fantastic ending? It was just peace.
Finale.
Team Coconut B had done it. They won. Years of commitment, a serious illness, community
Fantastic
backlash,
finale.
constant pressure, and impossible odds. Yet somehow, he managed to achieve his dreams. He proved his father wrong, making a career in entertainment from nothing to winning the biggest tournament from his childhood game through 10 years of hard work. This was a moment of a lifetime. Some cried. Some pondered.
No matter who wins, I feel like it's tarnished. So like, I don't know
Wait,
why
so
everyone
what,
is
Coco really just found
putting
a
me
tag
against
randomly
Coco
on someone
for some
running?
reason.
Others laughed and cheered.
We did it, bro! We fucking did it, dude!
It's a surreal feeling. So many emotions that I could not even find words to describe how Coconut B truly felt in this moment. and we will never know fully how he was feeling, other than the fact that he made all this happen. He had won. What did we learn on this journey? That anything is possible, and success is never easy. Coconut B achieved his dreams, and will strive to obtain
Of
many
what?
more.
Playing video
He
games?
serves as a modern example of what it takes to be successful. So whatever it is you seek, your desires, goals, and dreams, you can make them happen.
Let's see, dreams. I want to make sure that the new generation of gamers can monetize themselves, and I wish to lobby the government and change their minds about that. I want to change the public's mind about what internet privacy is and internet bullying, and I want to push some kind of form of connecting your social security number to the video games and the internet in a way where people can't just bully each other without catching a charge. I want the woman of my dreams, but I don't know about that one. It might be too late. Don't know. You know, jury's out. I would like to lose the weight. You know, one time. I never did the whole 20 years, but I think I do now. I want to lose the weight one time, and then I think I want to. I think I eventually want to be a VR star who does physical stuff. Like, I want to do all the running that I'm doing in New World, but on a treadmill on a VR set. On a different game, like New World 2 or something like that in 5 years, 5, 6, 7 years, something like that. I want VR on a treadmill or some such, you know, like the kind of thing a layman can reach. And, like, I don't know, his dream was, like, winning a tourney, being good at Rust, and being a good, successful streamer. Yeah, successful streamer was on my list, yeah. But, like, I don't think it's, like, very high on the list. Like higher on the list than being a successful streamer for me would be building a 50-year history of my own work. And that I intend to and have been successfully doing. So I've been living the dream. Every day is like the best day of my life, you know?
Happen. Never give up.
Yeah, never give up and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was a good ending. I liked it. He ended it well. Wait. Okay.
A decade goes by, and you wonder, where have you truly been? If you've delved into the world of gaming, you may fondly recall iconic titles like Call of Duty, GTA 5, Elden Ring, and notably, Rust. But what sets Rust apart from these games? Well, the story never really ends. In playing a match of Call of Duty, it's unlikely that you will see the same players ever again. When you play Rust, however, you see the same people week after week, month after month, year after year. In that time, relationships formed, drama transpired, and a deep history began to take its roots. So if you've experienced Rust, you've likely fought shoulder to shoulder with a clan, or perhaps against one. These clans have come a long way from what they once were, honing their skills with countless hours of investment to demonstrate exceptional skill through astonishing PvP and dismantling age-old clans in unbelievable raids. Seizing control over some of Rust's most renowned servers against all odds. You might be curious about who stood out as the best and where'd they all go. Well, after 10 years, it's finally time to answer those questions and telling their story. And reviewing thousands of videos, images, and documents, alongside talking to the most well-known clan leaders and players of every generation, I'm excited to present to you the full history of the Rust clan scene. Gather around, kids, and come and join the campfires. We uncover the greatest victors, defeated contenders, the gripping dramas, and the captivating characters who have made Rust what it is today. In 2013, gamers were drawn in by the surge of survival games, propelled by the phenomenal success of titles like Minecraft and DayZ. Seizing the opportunity, the talented development team behind Gary's mod, known as Face Punch, embarked on a bold venture to create the
Welcome back, Hop.
game,
What's
Rust,
up?
making its debut on Steam in December.
I'm learning about Rust Clan, the history of Rust Clans, I guess, by Jack Shepard. I don't know him very well, but yeah, you know, good guy. It seems like a good video. And I'm climbing a giant tower in New World.
Of 2013, Rust was often referred to as a DayZ clone, which brought in a majority of its users from DayZ.
Maybe I should give DayZ another try, I guess, but I thought DayZ was clunky and shitty, and I don't like the Arma engine. Maybe I should buy DayZ. Have you? I haven't seen this one, so I'm going to listen to it again. OG Rust, yeah.
Standalone, and more specifically, the DayZ Arma 2 mod. The game's popularity would be further fueled by the creator known as Frankie on PC in 1080p, bringing in many new viewers to the survival genre who loved his DayZ content. In the beginning, clans were yet to take shape, so Rust was populated by individual players in small groups. Not much is known about the individuals who participated, as there was no servers based around clans. The most popular servers at the time were vanilla, being run by Face Punch, and the Reddit of r/playrust. Regrettably, as the game progressed, hacking and cheating that had followed Minecraft and DayZ with organizations such as Team AV.
Yeah, the entire history of Rust Clans, I mean, well, how could it? I mean, well, oh yeah, never mind. This is a newer video. I would have assumed this video is from 2 years ago, but it's only from 2 months ago. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe the information is incomplete. Let's see. Let's listen to it.
Crept into Rust.
I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen this video. I don't know. I have no idea.
Worsened over time, and by 2014, every official server was infested with cheaters and hackers. The only confirmed account I could get from the Lost Generation is a player called Hale, formerly known as the owner of Hacker Hotel in Next Valley, where she had found a way to befriend the hackers in order to live in relative peace in running her establishment.
Duke led me over to Next Valley. It became a familiar area, so I just kind of stuck with it. And there were so many people, I was like, well, why don't we just make a hotel? Like, this is crazy. People are just kind of like homeless. I remember we had quote-unquote good hackers that would kill the bad hackers. They would just walk around doing that and murdering all of us on the server like a ton of times until they got the bad hacker.
Hill had one of the few organized groups who managed to survive on official servers, as any hopes for clans to succeed had been bled dry due to the overwhelming presence.
My God, look at old Rust. This is when I played it. This is when I played it, right? It was closed. I think it was Rust closed beta, and or no, sorry, it wasn't closed beta. It was like 3 weeks after launch, I think it was. And my friend had me buy Rust. Or no, I'm sorry. No, he had me play on his account, I think. Yeah, my old roommate, B. And we play Rust, and we built a base together. Or he had a second account, I think. And like during the night when we woke up and we were all hyped up to play Rust the next day, and someone had like completely foundy wiped our base. And I was like, I can't do a game that's just going to erase my progress in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it was so different. It was so different from what it is now. I mean, honestly, when I first started playing Rust, the graphics patch hadn't hit yet. And I remember Rust looked so much crappier than it does now. And that was 2019. Rust looked crappy back then. I'm talking crappy. It was not a very graphically impressive game, but then suddenly the graphics patch hit and it launched into the next gen, and now it's the best looking game in my opinion. You know, OG Rust looks like a copy and paste of Ark. It does, yeah. That's the thing. I always thought Ark could be good if they did a graphics gen update and they got the clunkiness gone and they got a good physics engine. I don't think Ark is very good. I've been talking about it a lot today.
Cheaters. As the number of hackers continued to escalate, and with Rust's legacy version facing its own challenges, Rust found itself on the brink of demise. Active player counts plummeting from 20,000 to less than 5,000. It looked to everyone that this could be the end.
Wow.
Recognizing the dire situation, Facepunch took decisive action, pinning their hopes on the experimental branch of Rust to address the apparent issues. Fortunately, with this action, Rust was given a second life, and in the process, one of the most prominent Rust clans emerged,
Sorry, guys.
leaving an unforgettable mark on the dawning of a new era.
This didn't go anywhere, I guess. I really thought it did, but it doesn't.
The first major recorded clan to emerge within the Rust community was none other than CML, better known as Clan Magnius Licio. Under the leadership of Mr. Mac and Podhead, they laid the foundation for what Rust clans would become. Expanding from the PlanetSide 2 community, CML brought their serious clan approach to Rust, incorporating the prevalent Xbox clan culture in military sim games like Battlefield 3. This led to the inception of the first ever slave meta. Small, one of CML's first ever slave masters, had this story to tell.
Back in the day, at one point, Small decided to take the role on of being a slave leader, a coordinator of a farm group in the slave team. So I was there full day. The slaves aren't listening to us. With the ideology that CML had, you know, we're thinking to ourselves, we came up through the slave program. What would you...
Hop says, I think when we look at older games and OG Rust with it, I don't think we necessarily missed the game. We missed the nostalgia of it, like playing it during the prime time, even though the gameplay was significantly worse than it is now. Yeah, well said, Hop. I really like it. Yeah, I agree. I think when I first was learning Rust, it was the best video game experience of my entire life. When it came to the sociality, I really believed in those clans that I was living in, like 2x2s with. I really believed in them. I loved my first clan. I loved them like brothers and sisters. I really loved those people. I knew their ins and outs. I knew their foibles. I knew their names. I mean, I knew everything about them. And they were, you know, wonderful people. But I know I can't get that back. I just thought today, should I go to a 700 pop weekly and hang around outposts looking for sociality? And I'm like, no, because I'll get pulled into large clan Rust again. I know exactly what will happen. I'm best to stay on hardcore zombie Rust and keep away from large pop, because I know what happens. I like when they find out that I have like 4,000 hours, they just try to absorb me. It's so annoying.
You do. So we said, you know what? Fuck this. Let's pull them back. Bring them back to the fucking compound. Let's stone them to death. We told them to line up against
like
the wall,
some of those kids, they've never fired an L9, you know?
And we told them, oh,
they've never held an L9. Like, you know, some of those kids, they've never held an L9 before. Yeah, well, no. I want heavy pop. I want to get, like, one of the things that I've been really noticing lately is I don't
disobedient towards your
get
master.
enough
Players
PvP.
had to prove their worth by dedicating themselves to slaving for a clan in a separate base throughout an entire wipe. Their dedication and value was acknowledged through a hierarchical system, eventually granting them clan membership and officer positions. CML forged their path on Rustopia, the very first recognized official clan server.
Well, I mean, like, no, I mean, yeah, like, no, actually, physically, the last time I physically saw the troll, like, physically saw him in the game of Rust, was... Oh, no. That was recently. That was the summer. In the summer, he did show again, yeah. But I mean, like, I was still getting PvP all year on the hardcore server from the other people there, though.
15 progressed.
Almost every wipe, like, yeah, even this wipe, I kill somebody. Every wipe, I kill somebody.
Took
you know,
notice of CML's
one kill. I know I'm bragging so much about one kill, but on a 5-pop server, that's a lot.
Influence, prompting the formation of their own groups. The most notable at the time being DMG, with the notorious leader known as Dirt McGirt. Dirt McGirt was an older player, however, had a knack at commanding respect from new players, and having so much confidence in himself and his team, DMG would begin to disrupt CML's monopoly. As the clan scene expanded, we were fortunate to have YouTube commentators like Fado82, who captured the early clan interactions and raids in videos like World War Rustopia. These videos not only amplified the interest in clans...
Yeah, oh yeah, and then next summer I'm sure it'll be all over again. He did show recently, but it's been a little while now. It's been about a week since he showed. I think somebody in real life scared him. I really fundamentally believe this because I know it happened. I think several people in real life scared him when they threatened litigation. And I'm fairly sure that's what happened. He's a 15-year-old child. And when he realized that 3 people were threatening litigation, I think he went away. And I think he should go away before he goes to juvie, you know?
But also showcase the unique metas, like massive cave bases, and the daring feat of building on
Like, I haven't not told you guys what happened in the real life at all. Because it just helps him. But something happened in real life. Like, in the last 10 days. So... Where is this? It's so annoying. Maybe I have to get up somehow. Assistant Great Sword of the Cavalier. Why does it always seem like there's a door here, but there's not? No. He made attacks on my family. In real life. I won't say what they are or any of the details and stuff, but like 4 people threatened to litigate his ass in real life, and other business owners and stuff. He acted up. And so a bunch of people threatened to litigate him that aren't me or my family, you know? So, and that's all I care to say. So since then, he hasn't said a word or even been in the stream, I don't think. Which is wise for him. Like, I mean, like we had 2 other people open cases in my hometown against him. Because he maliciously pranked us. And I'll leave it at that.
Forcing players to take a lead.
No, it's not good that he maliciously pranked us, but I mean, it's good that other people have now opened up police charges in my town against him because it's building a real case, you know? Now it should not just me. Now it's like 3 other people, and the state and the federal authorities have now been alerted and all this, you know? He actually committed quite a bit of fraud and some other bad shit. And so, I mean, yeah, there's been a resolution in it. I doubt oh, shit, what was that? Something fell. Sorry about that. I doubt I'll ever see him again. I mean, at least if he's smart. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's not me. So I don't know if I'll ever see him again. But if he's smart, he'll stay out of the fucking channel. Because, like, now it's not just me. He caught 4 new charges with 3 other people now. So, I mean, like, you know, so, I mean, if he wants to be stupid, he can come here and leave a paper trail and give them a real reason to put him in jail for a while. But, I mean, smart man leaves.
Leap of faith and jumping from massive
like, so he maliciously pranked us, and in order to get out of it, we had to force them to open up felony charges against him. So now he pulled another set of real felony charges in a state he doesn't live in. And that's what we had to do to get out of. So like he tried to get us to pay for something, right? I guess I can say it. He tried to get us to pay for something, and instead he just opened up 4 new felony charges with the police, and he already had charges in this town. So I mean, now the feds have got more reason to look at him and stuff. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I wish it didn't get this stupid, but he took it to the real life level like 10 days ago, and I haven't seen him since. And I doubt I'll ever see him again if he's smart. You know what I'm saying?
Twig Towers in order to raid these bases. The reach of clans also extended beyond.
I mean, I didn't tell him to do this. He just did it. It's so fucking stupid. He escalated into real life like 10 days ago, and he opened up 3 more cases with people that he had never even met before. And you know, it just compounded like the situation way worse. You know. Yeah, let's leave it at that. Yeah, I'm not gonna say what he did, but yeah, he committed several felonies and stuff, and I mean, he's 15, so they'll only put him in juvie, but they will put him in juvie for like 2 years until he's 18. You know what I'm saying? They will put him in juvie for like 2 years, so, you know, if he's smart, he'll never show his face here again, because he did compound it way worse. He fumbled around and left his identity with like 2 other people who literally opened charges against him because he cost them money. Business owners. I'm not making it up. It sounds like I am. I wish I was. I wish I was making this up. I'm not. Like, this actually happened. He cost business owners money who opened cases against him, or they were going to force us to pay. You know? Yeah, it's not a good look. Yeah, well, no, I mean, no. There is no such thing as a 15-year-old felon, Hop. You can't get a felony when you're 15. You can only have a felony when you're 18. But you can go to jail. You can go to juvie for a while. It's not a look at all because you're just gone out of school for the entirety of high school. So you come out of it and you don't have a girlfriend. You're fat because you've been in juvie, just sitting there in a jail cell for 2.5, 3 years, you know, and nobody likes you because you didn't go to high school. You don't have high school friends and all this. This is why it's kind of funny. But he left his identity. I mean, yeah, I don't have his identity, but the business owners and the cops do. They wouldn't tell me. But the cops have his identity. Yeah. So, I mean, but the problem is it's out of state. So unless he actually harms somebody or something, what are they going to do? They're not going to bust him and extradite him. So, I mean, you know, until he does something, you know, they'll probably just let him be. You know, that's how the system works. Until he actually harms somebody, they'll just let him keep doing it. It's so stupid. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't ask him to do it. He just did. He escalated it to real life, but the problem was, like, before it even reached me, he caught 3 felonies with other people who just dealt with my family. Before it even reached me, like, I found out after the fact that he had caught 3 more felonies with people in my hometown here. I couldn't believe it. I found out the next day that this idiot, I didn't even get the phone call till the next fucking day. But I get this phone call from my mother, and she's like, Jesus Christ, dude, like, you know, and I don't even want to go into it any further than this, because I'm sure if he's listening, he probably loves it, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it is true, though. He caught like 3 more felonies in the last 2 weeks in real life with people that I never even met before. I wish I was kidding. I'm not. Like, you know, it was incredibly embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even meet them, but I mean, like, you know, it was embarrassing. My mother was mortified. It was so stupid. So now she and some other people are looking to open a case against him and sue him and all this. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. If he were to show his fucking face here again, it would just compound the problem for him much, much worse. You know what I'm saying? Because he's got not just me gunning for him anymore. Now it's like 4 different people filed charges against him. It's so stupid. My mother and 2 business owners. But with internet crime, they don't do shit. Until he harms somebody or steals some money, they won't do anything. They don't do anything about this. They warned me again recently. They won't do anything about this. They can't do anything about it. Jurisdiction pretty much clips their nuts. They can't do anything at all. You know what I'm saying? Jurisdiction pretty much renders them useless since it's where he lives and breathes, you know? He knows they won't do anything. I know they won't do anything. They won't do anything.
North America, encompassing the Oceania region of Australia and New Zealand, alongside Europe. And living overseas, these players had significant lag and server issues, which led to the formation of many new clan servers, such as Rustopia EU and Rustralasia, which had the notable YouTube commentator Vertigo recording some of the craziest clan moments of Oceania. The clan scene began to take its form, with DMG standing strong in North America, B&E run by Blueberry and Oceania, and most notably of all, SES.
Indo. Total. And also, nice. Get fucking wrecked, man!
With the legendary player Stenwai leading charge, who was an adverse opponent, an ally of H-June and Trowsy, who would later go on.
No. It's never that they extradite him. It's that I'm saying when I'm saying they won't do anything, I mean his hometown will put him in juvie for 2.5 years for terrorizing people and causing business owners losses and stuff like that and committing felonies. They will put him in jail in his hometown, a juvenile, right? But what they won't do is extradite him when I want him for felonies when he's an adult. So like until I go to his town, I can't get him. They won't do anything to him felony-wise until he does something to me physically. So that's what I mean by to not do anything. I don't have to extradite him. His local authorities will put him in juvenile hall. That it's never extradite ever. I'm talking about like I have to drag him out here or he's got to drag me out there, one or the other. You know what I'm saying? I'm guessing he lives on the East Coast. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know.
On to become some of the biggest streamers known in Rust.
It's all
As the servers
conjecture.
began to fill up on clan
Honestly,
capacity,
if the way it's been 8 days. I doubt I ever see him again because he did fucking fuck up really bad. He left his identity with the cops. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he fucked up really bad, but they won't do anything. Like I'm saying, they won't extradite him for violations of local laws. They won't do that. That's not how American law works. You know what I'm saying? No, it wouldn't, because everybody will just laugh at me. No, the world will just laugh at me, Hop. It would not be a good Reddit story. All the world will do is laugh at me. And they'll cheer him on.
owners expanded their business with different
The world is
variations
like
of
him.
servers, such as a medium.
The world is not like me, Hop. The world is like him. They'll give him cheers. They'll cheer him. Most of humanity will cheer him on for what he's doing. And so this is why it shouldn't be a Reddit story. You know what I'm saying? It would just make him more validated than he already feels. It shouldn't be a Reddit story, no. I mean, I don't know why he wants to, like, fuck around in someone's town, like, thousands of miles away. Because it just compounds felonies, you know? So if he ever does, like, fuck up and get caught, they fucking fuck him for, like, 20 years. I don't know why he took it that. So now he'd be dumb to leave a trail ever again, you know? Yeah. Like, it's dumb. There's all these limits to what the law will do. They're not there to protect you or serve you. They're there to punish people. So they want to punish him. But until he does something jurisdictional, I can't do anything. Climb the rubble. I don't really understand this fucking quest. Oh, wait. I guess I missed this. I missed it. There we go. Now I understand it. There we go. I'm like, what? What? Get out of it. I'm gonna hop this and you won't be able to do anything. Sorry. Yeah. Now, oh good, I found my way. I found my way finally. This stupid labyrinth or whatever. It's not a labyrinth, it's just a fucking annoying little stupid side hall. Yeah, Hop, after this, I don't ever want to talk about this again, Hop. As my mod, I'm giving you an order. I don't ever want to talk about this again. If you bring him up, I will kick you. And I say this with all the love and happiness in my heart, you know what I'm saying? I don't ever wish to speak about this again. And I'm going to tell you and everybody else, I don't ever want to talk about this again. So don't ever bring them up in my channel again. And I say it with, like, niceness. I'm not saying with anger or some kind of, you know, like, you know, hatred towards you or something. It's not emotional, you know what I'm saying? Don't ever bring him up again, please. Yeah, all it does is help him. I've told this to you many, many times, and you've continued to do it. I know it's interesting to you and you want to talk about it, but I'm going to assume you're him if you bring him up again. I'm going to assume you're him and I'm going to kick you. Sorry. So just, you know, understand, I don't know if you're him and, you know, and you bring him up constantly. And so it really looks like you're just trying to serve his agenda. You could be number two, you know what I'm saying? Not number two, but you could be like the number two in that whole duo that he had. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know you. So understand, it's unsafe and unfair for me. So I'm just gonna make the statement here. If you continue to bring him up, I will kick you. No offense, buddy. It's not something personal. I don't ever want to think about or talk about him ever again. That's how I win. If you get in my way of winning, I will kick you. No offense. And it's okay. I accept your apology. And nothing personal, buddy. I love you. You know what I'm saying? This has nothing to do with you. It's the kind of pain that his shitlord storm of effatry is, it's just, it's the sort of shitlord storm, his shitty edgelord life. This is the kind of pain and sorrow it causes. This kind of drama. You see it? So we could be better than this. See, trust me, I'm not judging you or being angry at you or anything at all, but just understand it is not a topic I ever want to talk about again, and I'm not comfortable with it on my stream anymore. So, and there we go. And I'll leave it at that. We'll not do the drama, you know what I'm saying? Don't bring it up again.
Clan scene, earning them the distinguished title of main scene. As the clans established themselves with nearly a year of gameplay, the stakes grew higher, and players began to recognize their opponents more keenly. It was during this time that Destiny, a popular political commentator as of today, made his entrance into the main scene as one of the first recognized streamers.
Oops.
Initially, Destiny was captivated by Rust, engaging in raids,
Destiny comes
providing
from
entertaining
Rust?
content to his stream, and it seemed like a game he could
Wow, I had no fucking idea.
play indefinitely.
Wow.
Go! Get in!
No, he can't play this game forever. Nobody can play Rust forever. That's like saying you're gonna go down to the sewer and live off feces forever.
Get up! Get up!
Aww.
Get up!
Oh my
However,
god.
as the toxic culture that Rust is known for began to
Yeah.
take shape, the grueling grind from Thursday to Sunday for 8 to 10 hours a day began to take a toll on its players.
Oh no, 40 hours is so bad. That's my Monday through Wednesday. By Sunday, I have done 105 hours, and this guy's cracked out after 40. I have so much sympathy for the Rust streamer. Poor Destiny can't handle 40 hours. Oh, I'm so sorry. You can't handle 40 hours. Oh. Oh, it's so stressful.
This led to serious dramas and personal attacks.
Yeah, like, no offense, Hop, but I've already kicked like 5 people for bringing him up who were probably with him, you know what I'm saying? So just understand, it's impossible for me to, you know, like to differentiate. Yeah, I mean, like my Twitch statistics are off the hook, dude. Like, I'm doing so good. Like, so good. Let's go see if I can see it, right? Yeah, my analytics, right? Yeah, my fucking overview. I only have 3.5 average viewers right now, but it's better than it's been. 262 follows in the last 30 days. That's pretty good. 387 hours this month. 105 hours a week. So we're getting towards the last 13 hours. Tomorrow is the last 13 hours of the month, right? And I'll reach my 405 hours that I normally do. Or 402, something like that. Yeah. It's, you know, yeah. Doing pretty good. Getting some visitors and stuff, you know, yeah, doing pretty good. Yeah, it's, you know, yeah, it's pretty fun. I like it. Win streamer, thank you, Hop. Yeah, see, and thank you for not taking it personally, Hop. Like you know what I'm saying. Like when I rebuke you, I'm not trying to make it personal or make you feel bad, buddy. I apologize for taking it to a place like that. I just had to protect myself. That's all. It has nothing to do with you.
Attacks on other players within and outside of Rust. Destiny, realizing the turbulent world he was about to immerse himself in, made the
A
decision
world
to
full of
leave
shitheads.
Rust,
Yeah.
not without expressing his thoughts on this.
Okay, that was me. That was me.
Like, these people are crazy. The people that play this game, it's just not fun to play with these kinds of people. Dot is one of the teams that I hate.
That was who. That I don't understand. Number 2. That was who.
Like this Kin guy literally says things like, Destiny, how's your autistic son? And like the craziest shit. It's like, dog, it's a we're running around with bows and arrows and rocks and we're naked and you're taking the game this seriously. And people like my favorite line.
Oh, that was you.
favorite
I'm sorry.
line from
I
that
see
Kin
now.
guy was,
I see.
Destiny, message me on Steam.
Thank
Why
you.
don't you add
Oh, that was number 2. Thank you for kissing my ass, guys. You don't need to kiss my ass. I think you guys are so much better than me. I think you guys as human beings are so much better than me. I hope that if you want some ass kissing back in the same, let's all have a circle jerk together, right? Circle jerk time, guys. I love you guys. You guys are a wonderful support system and everything, and I love you guys. And thank you for understanding how crazy I am and looking past it. And you can kiss my ass if you want to, but I don't need it. I don't need it. I already believe that I'm God and I'm better than you. You don't need to tell me. It's pleasant to me that you tell me, but also it's unnecessary. I'm just better than you. I'm kidding. I'm just, see how the ego gets out of control. Let's not feed it. Let's not feed it.
Add me on Facebook and we can compare lives, kid.
Add me on Facebook and we can compare lives, kid. Oh man, my eight friends on Facebook are gonna be really mortified if I compare my life to anybody. I'm quite serious too. I believe my current friend count on Facebook is 8. I'm dead serious.
And you
I really believe this. I'm fairly sure my friend count is 8. It used to be 740, but now it's 8. It's 8.
I'm pretty sure.
So this guy talking about let's compare Facebook accounts. It's so funny. I actually wouldn't mind doing that if he was like compare Facebook accounts. I'd be like, okay, sure. And he's like, okay. And he's let's compare Facebook or Twitter accounts. Okay, sure. Have you ever used Twitter? No. Skycat, you've never used Twitter. No. When was the last time you used Facebook? 2019. And before that, it was like 5 years. So
they would be like knifing each other. Like these.
Yeah, those are my eight real friends. Yeah, well, no, I don't know what it's at. It's at like 13 or something, I think. But yeah, it's like at 13, and they're all my real life friends that I actually know and love. And now through them, there's a whole set of friends and family that I don't need on my Facebook because my Facebook hasn't had my real life name since 2011.
The kinds of guys who are like, you show up. And like
my Facebook name is I'm not gonna say it, but my Facebook name is a lot like my streamer name. It's exactly like my streamer name.
You see him and it's like, oh, you're .kin from the Rust server, and he would like, oh, Destiny, and this guy would like take out a knife and try to kill you.
In this unfolding narrative, we encounter one of the villains of our story, Kin, the owner.
I actually really don't like Destiny. I really don't like Destiny. I saw him engage in like an hour-long tribalism, like keyword stream where he was just popping words like cuck and red pill and liberals and conservatives and all this stuff. And at the end of it, he left a bad taste in my mouth. And I don't know. I'm sorry.
Owner of Dog Clan. As Destiny departed, Kin stayed behind, further indulging in his toxic behavior and becoming more entrenched in the character he had developed. He reinforced.
Oh my god, why do you idiots all have P2s?
His beliefs.
Come on, why are you storming this base with fucking P2s? Why are you in this idiot's base with P2s? I know why, because it's Rust era 2015, and P2s were like SARS back then. They were actually really a big deal, I think. Yeah, this guy's got a water pipe and he's freaked out.
Him and his family, resorting to exposing personal information.
Oh god, come on, you doxed him. Wait, now I want to hear this again. Now, what happened here?
Oh, Destiny, and this guy would like take out a knife and try to kill you.
In this unfolding narrative, we encounter one of the villains of our story, Kin, the owner of Dog Clan.
Kin.
As Destiny departed, Kin.
One internet trend I find disrespectful to a whole religion is that a bunch of streamers are becoming Muslims just as a trend. Okay, Okay, Hop, I challenge you to give me a YouTube search query. Do you get what I'm saying here? You with me? You follow me here? I need you to give me a proper YouTube query for what it is you're saying. Give me a phrase to search for, because I don't know what to say here. Do I say Streamers becoming Muslims. Do you think that's good enough? What should I search for, Hop? I don't mean to put you on the spot, buddy. I guess I'll just do it. Streamers going... I'm going to try streamers going Muslim. Streamers... Is Islam a trend? No fucking way. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I did it. Okay. And of course, Nico pops. Big deal. Why do all these young, weird men look like they're on cocaine and freaked out? I really feel like they are. I feel like all three of these men are on cocaine and freaked out. I think their eyes are huge, and I think they're all wearing hats or trying to hide their eyes a lot, and they look kind of gangster to me and a little bit thugged out and sort of coked out a little bit. We used to call it shiesty. They all three of them look shiesty, not because of their race, but this guy doesn't look shiesty. He looks like somebody who's trying to not look shiesty. The other two guys look shiesty to me.
Are accepting Islam because it's an antidote to degeneracy, and they seem that liberalism is.
I would say Islam is an antidote to degeneracy. It's the most anti-sex, anti-drug, anti-Western, like hedonism religion that there is, and I would say that he is right about that.
Not the answer. Blue pill is not the answer. Feminism is not the answer. And because these things are not the answer, I'm just.
It's kind of quiet.
Of falsehood, which is Islam, the truth, but it's almost because Islam is anti-feminism and anti-liberalism and anti-matrix that I'm gonna accept it. Not because I actually believe it to be the truth. Do you find any truth to this with a lot of influences today?
Of course, but I don't think that means that they're doing it just because it's trendy. Because I think that's more proof of I think that's more proof of the Quran and how it stood the test of time. Because if people are realizing all the lies and they're gravitating towards something that is completely against that, that must be that they're finding their way to the truth.
Beautiful. And do you believe, Sneeko, that today a lot of influencers are accepting Islam because
oh my god, it keeps skipping around. I'm so sorry.
Do you believe, Sneeko, that today a lot of influencers are accepting Islam because it's an antidote to degeneracy?
I think so, yes. I think you would find this in many religions. Yeah, I think he's right. Malcolm X used to push Islam, and Malcolm X was one of the most respected men in American history. And he pushed Islam. I don't know if you guys remember the past behind Malcolm X, but if we pull the main man behind Islam was Malcolm X, and if we pull Malcolm X's wiki, you're gonna find that he was actually a crack dealer in, I think, Brooklyn. I think it was Brooklyn or Uptown New York. I forget where he was, but his personal life. He was born in Omaha, but he grew up in Milwaukee, and then Lansing, and then eventually he moved to Roxbury, Boston. Close to you, or well, not you, but I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. Like Roxbury, right? He came up in Roxbury. He was a crack dealer. He was a house thief. He was a house burglar. He was busted for drug dealing, gambling, racketeering, robbery, and pimping. But then he went on to be one of the greatest ministers in America's history. And he saved a lot of lives with Islam. And you know how he saved a lot of lives with Islam? He got them to convert. And when you convert to Islam, you can't be a drunk druggie. They won't let you in the church or let you hang out with the people. So I'm just saying that I believe it's a trend because that's what all of the big influencers are now. And that the same people are going on to do things against the pillars of Islam. So it's like they just become Muslims to get clicks. I get that. I get what you're trying to say. I do get that. I'm saying, though, that what he's saying about Islam is not untrue. Most of the reason people convert to Islam is because it is like anti-hedonism.
And they seem that liberalism is not the answer. Blue pill is not the answer.
Yeah, I would say a lot of people are seeing this kind of. They're seeing that all the drunken heroin, ass sex, hedonism has actually kind of cost our culture a little bit.
Feminism is not the answer.
I think feminism is the answer, but that's just me.
Because these things are not the answer, I'm just gonna go to the opposite of falsehood, which is Islam, the truth. But it's almost because Islam is anti-feminism and anti-liberalism and anti-matrix that I'm gonna accept it, not because I actually believe it to be the truth. Do you find any truth to this with a lot of influences today?
Of course, but I don't think that means that they're doing it just because it's trendy. Because I think that's more proof of I think that's more proof of the Quran and how it stood the test of time. Because if people are realizing all the lies and they're gravitating towards something that is completely against that, there must be that they're finding their way to the truth. And I see talk from Muslims all the time saying that influencers are using this for credibility. I don't who
I believe in the nuclear family. Like Begon said, I believe in the nuclear family as well, but I also believe in all Americans being accepted for whatever religions that they follow, because these are the things that we built the country on. So I don't care that a bunch of streamers want to become Islamic. Honestly, I think that might be a good thing, because one of the things you could say about Islamics is they aren't drunken crackheads. They aren't crazy. They don't tend to be very loud.
I guess, like, you could say me?
It's what he's trying to say is true conservatism, I think. No sex until marriage, piety, church, that kind of thing. I don't care if they get it from Islam. I don't care if they get it from the Catholic Church. I just care that they get it.
Who else is
spiritualism?
Is like really.
The craziest people I've met are non-religious Caucasian people.
Tristan and Andrew? I don't there's all these influencers. I don't see them. Who? I don't know who's like reverting on that level.
Yeah, I agree.
This is good, Hop. Pure gold. Thank you, sir, for the excellent, suggestion. This is pure gold. I like this.
I don't think someone would accept.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, Hop, to judge them at all, because A, that's God's job. B, we built this country on freedom of religion, so I don't know why their religion is even coming up. And C, I hope they are doing it for clicks, because right now, this hedonism lifestyle of drugs and hookers and loose sex and money and Logan and Jake Paul and shit like that, that's not too good for the culture. Islam is better for the culture than Jake and Logan Paul. And that's true. Islam is a lot better for the culture than Jake and Logan Paul.
Islam for clout. Maybe there are some people that...
If they're doing it for clout, I don't care how. One of the things about Islam is they take a vow of sobriety, essentially. And you know what? However we come around that, I'm good with it. I'm not trying to push prohibition. I'm the last guy to try to push prohibition or sobriety. But I'm saying, in a culture that's obsessed with the club and drinking and butt sex and all this, I think somebody trying to push some piety and purity is maybe not such a bad thing. However they can get it. If it's Islam, it's Islam. I don't think Islam inherently threatens America in any way or form. I never have. I have a lot of Muslim friends. Me too. I have a lot of Syrian friends, Hop. I am friends with the Syrian cell of people in Denver. And it's like a 300 or so strong kids ranging between about, I would say now about 25 and 40. adults, right, aging between 25 and 40, and I can't say any names without catching serious flack from my real life friends, but I'm friends with many Syrian and Muslim and Islamic people. One of my best friends is a Pakistani. His name is, I won't say his full name, but his name starts with M. And so, I mean, honestly, however they can get their piety and not being drunk club people all the time, trying to rip on each other and troll each other and shit, however you can get piety, one of the things about Islam and Christianity is they teach you to turn the other cheek and do unto others. And I'm gonna hit you with the golden rule. That can't be bad. It can't be good, but it can't be bad. It can't be good that they're converting to Islam for clicks. But it can't be bad either, because Islam isn't inherently bad. It actually can provide a self-discipline and an improvement upon your life that I'm sure these guys believe in. I kind of believe in it. The reason I believe in this is because of the movie Malcolm X, where you see him go from this like pimp, like pimp smacking people, like dealing drugs and robbing houses and shit like that, to like a minister. And without Islam, Malcolm Little or El Hajj Malik El Shabazz, he could not have done what he did. And so, say what you want about Islam and its effect upon America, I still don't fundamentally believe Islam is a bad thing. Never have.
Look in.
When I was a kid, they had us read, as I remember, what is it, the Quran? I think it's the Quran. They had us read the Quran in my high school, right? The Quran is, I believe, the Muslim. Isn't that? Yeah, that's the Muslim one, isn't it? Yeah, I remember the Quran vaguely. We had to study it in my religions class, and it's just verses and chapter, but it's still really good. And the Quran, I respect it. I don't see how it's any different from Christianity. It's all fiction. Good, honest, lighthearted, helpful fiction.
Into Islam for clout, whatever, but anyone who accepts Islam.
Honestly, I don't see why you can insert Christianity every time they say Islam, and I wouldn't feel any differently. If they were saying, oh, people are converting Christian for Christian streams, like, welcome to my Christian stream, welcome to my Christian stream. I swear I'm Say So. This reminds me of Say So. We're gonna watch Say So. I'm sorry, guys. You're probably gonna hate me because I'm gonna make you watch Say So, but we're gonna watch Say So here. Oh God.
Before they shut down TikTok, let me make one more cringy song. Let's go. I try to keep it wholesome. I'm not a cursed husband. I promise, please just hold on. Listen and don't go. Got a pure heart in possession. Don't even know what sex is. Please trust in my confession. I swear I'm Say So.
I'm a Say So as an ass sex, heroin smoking, methamphetamine, ex-addict, crazy, bandit, drug dealer dude can be. I'm about as Say So as somebody like that can be. So I actually don't mind Islam converting people to pious things. I don't mind it. I don't believe it's a bad force on the earth. Religion and theosophy and philosophy and all of the spiritualism is a good thing for people. It's always been. Take your spiritualism however you can. For me, it's like a mixture of the four elements and some kind of belief in nature or whatever. Oh, what I believe is kind of like pantheism. I believe God is in everything, and God isn't like some dude in the clouds. I believe that God is in the television, God is in the, is in the webcam, in the monitor, in my pen, in this keyboard. God is in banking and taxes and war. God is in rape and murder and molestation the same way it is in joy and bliss and glee and pious servitude and all these other things. God is in everything. And so, however you get to God, and whatever God means to you, it's still important that you do so. And so these are things that make me sort of a say-so personality. Even though I'll smoke meth and heroin with you, I'm still a say-so personality in the end. I'm still about as innocent as they come. You know, it sucks, but it is a reality about me. It's one of the things that people do like. I do have the innocence of a child. It's something about the Asperger's, I think. I'm not a nasty gremlin. Nobody's ever said I was. You know, that was an allegation I'd make about myself, but I don't think anybody else would. I'm sure the Stream Sniper would, but nobody else in my life or anybody in my history ever would. What's wrong with that? Welcome everybody to my Christian stream. You know what I'm saying? Christian stream. I'm saying my prayers. Doki doki. Yep, me too. I shower at least once a day. Have for, 4 years. I would fuck your wife. No one but in lie. Actually, I did say that I would fuck several people's wives today in the New World chat, which I'm sure I'm about to log out of. Don't log me out. Don't log me out. You want me to do something here, but don't log me out. Cursed hell's fun. Listen and don't go. You know what sex is. I'm say so. Rotten, honest, I have no sins. Pleading, and then should say so. Gremlin, not my intention. Once I cleanse them, he won't say so. I don't say that you did bird. I don't say rude, dirty words. Hey, fuck you. Why are you running away? Scoomer. Humor. Respectfully. Don't at me. Yep. At the station. I'm gonna stay home. Dignity forgotten. Lost it, wouldn't you say so? The darkness you imagined, trying to be wholesome. Okay, when I was in my first Rust clan, anytime that we had a raid for like 4 months, we just put on Say So for 4 hours and blasted it through a fucking loudspeaker. And for 4 hours, they had to deal with Say So. Because we were obsessed with Say So. We listened to it something like 60 times a day. Say So was a really big song for me. And so during the Rust era, the first year that I ever played it, anytime there was some asshole outside my door sucking dick all day again, like usual, we just put on Say So and blast them out for like 4 hours. Because we were going to listen to Say So anyways.
What's an ahegao? Is that a type of
I got a tip of cheese.
Islam, they're stepping into the line of fire. You think Andrew Tate was heavily scrutinized for accepting Islam. You're being
I don't give a flying fuck if anybody accepts Islam. Got no issue with that. Thank God somebody's accepting some spirituality in their fucking life. You know what I'm saying?
heavily scrutinized by some Christians for accepting Islam. It's not
I don't give a flying fuck about that. And no good American would. Oh, damn, he said it too. Oh, he said it, didn't he? He said it. And no good American would.
like a popular thing to do. Maybe it'll get you, a few views for a day or so, but it's not like it's a whole life commitment. And what I've seen
it's a
from
life
Shooter,
commitment.
what I've seen online from Andrew, what I can even see from you, is that you guys are very genuine and sincere. And by the way, any Muslim who comes and says, "Oh, they're doing it for clout," that's not how a Muslim behaves. There's a very clear hadith of the Prophet, peace be upon him. So I'm going to share it because it's actually crazy. One man was fighting a battle, literally fighting a war, and he's coming at a man with a sword, and the man basically says, "I testify that there's one God worthy of worship and that the Prophet Muhammad is his messenger."
Yeah,
He accepted
G6 is a good song. I fucking love that song. Like popping like a G6.
Islam
I
on the
love that
spot.
song. That's
And
a good song. Yeah.
Muslim at the time, during that battle, he killed
Say So isn't that old. Say So came out like, I don't know, 4 years ago. But yeah.
the guy. Then he went and told the Prophet what happened. And he's like, the Prophet said to him, he's like, "Did you kill him after he accepted Islam?" And he's like, "Yeah, but he just did it so I wouldn't kill him. He did it because he was scared I had a sword." And the Prophet said, "Did you cut open his heart and see what was inside of it?" That is the degree of love that we should have for people that accept Islam. We shouldn't be going this weird garbage speculation, "Oh, he's doing it for views and this and that." Do you honestly wish to push someone further away from Islam? Even if someone did accept Islam for views or whatever, that's okay, no problem. Because now that they say they're a Muslim, if anything, they're gonna look into Islam and find the truth in it regardless.
And there's many benefits, bro. It's multifaceted. Like if they accept, well, number one, if they accept Islam today for dunya, like just the world or cloud or trend or whatever, iman, right? There's
Yes, Say So. Yeah, that's what Nanners was lampooning. Yeah, that was like what 3 or 4 years ago, I think. Yeah. But yeah, Say So came out like a year, like 6 months later, I think.
faith might actually enter their heart tomorrow, and it's okay. And if they're an influencer, it's in and of itself that they're looking into Islam or becoming Muslim, even if, let's say, God forbid, they're not sincere with it, then
Yeah, pre-COVID. Yeah,
hundreds of thousands
slightly.
more people are going to look into Islam now because they put Islam on that platform that they have.
I think it's good that you have a lot of Muslims criticizing and being protective of their religion, because it makes you want to be better. I've seen a lot of angry women with hijabs on Twitter in their profile picture, and they're very upset, and they're saying things like Sneako's a degenerate, blah blah blah. I think it's necessary for that to happen, and I think it's just part of the process, because you see that, and then you're able to criticize and self-analyze and just want to be better in reaction to that, and to be able to be bigger than that criticism. I don't think it's a bad thing. That's why I'm not really offended by it, or I don't really take a problem with that. And I think ultimately, if you embrace any religion, then you know it true to your heart. So like, whatever you see online, that's one thing. But I mean, it's really at that point, it's just between you and God. That's the only who really knows your true intentions. And anyone else speculating, that's not really your business, nor can you do anything about that.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I think that's a great point. It only really becomes a problem when somebody they're not strong enough to deal with it. You know what I mean? As soon as they feel like ostracized a little bit, they'll kind of run the other direction. So I could see that 100%.
Sorry, I got distracted by the chat. So this was interesting. Yeah, it was interesting. I don't care about him converting to Islam. Honestly, he strikes me as the kind of person who fucking needs it. Islam won't let him behave like he's been behaving. They just won't let him do it. You know what I'm saying? They won't embrace him. They won't let him be in that community if he acts like that. And that's what he needs. He needs that. Alright, I'm gonna bite. I didn't want to do this, but yeah.
This video is brought to you by NVIDIA's RTX GPUs,
blasphemy.
powering
Sorry,
technological leaps like full ray tracing supported by the all-new DLSS 3.5. Together with NVIDIA and Aorus, we've actually worked with an Australian PC builder to build a PC
My god, it's fucking beautiful.
that can run Cyberpunk at the absolute max settings.
Oh my
taking advantage
god.
of all of
I want it. Who do I rob?
NVIDIA's new tech to make
Oh my god, I want that.
Night City look better than it ever has before. If you want to learn more about that tech or see how that build came together, then
It's like porn. It is like porn.
stick around to the end of the video to learn more. The release of Cyberpunk
IOI.
2077 back in 2020 was a heady time. This was, after all, one of the most hyped games in the history of video games, releasing at a time when we had absolutely no reason to doubt CD Projekt Red would deliver everything they promised and then some. I mean, this was at a point in time when CD Projekt Red had delivered us 2 strong RPGs in the form of The Witcher 1 and 2, and one of the best RPGs in the history of video games in the form of The Witcher 3. It was a massive, beautiful, content-rich game with incredible
It
writing and
is.
characters.
It was.
2 remarkable DLCs that were better than most standalone RPGs were offering at the time, and CD Projekt Red did it all without any in-game purchases, battle passes, or any of the shit that was taking over video games at around that time. So when CD Projekt Red tweeted out shit like, "We'll leave the greed to others," we believed them because we had no reason to doubt them. Little did we know what was to come. Now, there's no point in recounting the circumstances of that infamous launch. You know the details, I know the details, history will long remember the details. But I do think the circumstances of that launch made it really difficult to have good conversations.
$6,400 is my guess. It's a guess. I'm guessing $6,400
about what Cyberpunk was and was not. Take my review, for example. I mean, according to Reddit, I apparently said that Cyberpunk was technically flawless. It was the greatest RPG of all time. It runs perfectly on last-gen consoles.
What are you talking about? Cyberpunk was not the best RPG of all time. You fucking moron. If you're going to that big island in the sky and you got 2 games to choose to play for the rest of eternity, do you take Final Fantasy VII or fucking Cyberpunk 2077? I'm gonna take Final Fantasy fucking 7. Or I don't know, 50 other RPGs. I'll take New World over Cyberpunk 2077. Listen to this fucking shill. CDPR got to him when he was young. Show me on the doll where CDPR touched you as a child, because you seem to be shilling for CDPR pretty hardcore here.
Difficult to have good conversations about what Cyberpunk was and was not.
Oh no, what are you about to say here?
Take my review, for example. I mean, according to Reddit, I apparently said that Cyberpunk was technically flawless. It was the greatest RPG of all time.
Oh, according to Reddit? Okay, according to Reddit, he said it. Okay, never mind. He fucking tricked me out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Cyberpunk is still boring. They didn't fix the fact that it's boring. Game is boring. It's sloggy. It just chugs on. The combat is non-existent except for in the monuments. It doesn't have the Grand Theft Auto glitz and glam of a Grand Theft Auto City. Sure, the writing's great and the graphics are great. But no, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna hit you with what the Cyberpunk actually got in the community. Because it's not good.
It runs perfectly on last-gen consoles, and you should...
My throat is so sore today, I can hear it. Oh, I'm gonna get some water, I think. Fucking throat. Okay, I'm sorry. So, Yeah, Cyberpunk on PC, Metacritic. Right before the expansion. Oh my god, are you... Fucking Google. Okay, so now, yeah, that's correct, right? Yeah. So, user score is sitting at 7.1. Which, I guess, I think that's strong. I would give a Cyberpunk a 46. And I mean that with honesty. I didn't say it to be provocative or... I personally wager Cyberpunk at a 46, a 4.6. 4.6 is where that landed with me. Sorry.
Not only pre-order it, but you should buy 2 copies, one for yourself and one for your nan. The reality was that while I loved Cyberpunk and I thought it delivered on many fronts, I also called it more an action game than anything else, as its RPG systems were either weak or busted. I was disappointed with how little Cyberpunk engaged with more thought-provoking futurist themes. I found the combat to be really enjoyable, but ultimately pretty lacking in depth. In addition to all of that, I actually didn't...
I'll straight say it. That combat sucked. It was boring. I felt like the combat in Ubisoft's new game was more fun. What was that one? Dino Crisis game. I can't think of it. Like Dinotopia or whatever. Yeah, I can't think of it. Exo Primal. I thought the combat in Exo Primal was far superior to Cyberpunk. And I never played... Exo Primal ever again. I'm sorry, but these fanboys shilling for CDPR. Ugh.
Upload that review on the embargo because...
Oh, you said Hop. You said... where is my chat? There it is. Sorry. I bought it and got bored after 14 total hours of gameplay. I as well, Hop. I as well. I played it on stream recently, and I returned it. Yeah, I just returned it. I blew $70 on it, like, I don't know, 2 months ago, and I was like, no, I want a refund.
Because CD Projekt Red said we weren't allowed to use our own footage, only their provided B-roll. I refused to do that, believing that B-roll to be dishonest, which it was. I called CD Projekt Red out for refusing to provide console review code. I had a 13-minute block devoted to PC performance and bugs, and I actually concluded my review by saying that as much as I personally love Cyberpunk, I recommend people hold off purchasing it until it is fixed. Still, despite that, whenever my name comes up on Reddit about any topic, there's invariably going to be some person that's like, I'll never trust him again after Cyberpunk. Sure, part of this is me being a little defensive and frustrated with how that review's been mischaracterized and wanting to set the record straight, but part of me is also trying to paint a picture of a time when there was so much anger about Cyberpunk that it was nearly impossible to talk about its strengths and weaknesses without that conversation going completely off the rails. And I get it, CD Projekt Red pulled some real fucking bullshit back then, and people had every right to be angry, and to this day, plenty of people are still angry, refusing to buy into the whole redemption arc discourse that has come to define the way we now talk about Cyberpunk. So with the release of Phantom Liberty, I said to myself that I don't want to just play the expansion. I want to replay the entire game from start to finish, and I want to really look at the parts of the game.
That's what I tried to do, and I got bored.
Update 2.0. Or with the new content bundled with Phantom Liberty. Now that the noise of that disastrous launch...
Yeah, I've heard a lot of really good things about Sea of Thieves, but I don't need Sea of Thieves. I have EVE Online. Anytime anybody ever pitches anything naval to me, I'm like, why? I play EVE Online, the best naval game ever made.
...is past and the game is now fixed.
Sorry, I'm not going to go play Raft or Sea of Thieves. I have a real naval game full of real naval gameplay. I don't need I don't need submarine games or, you know, War Thunder or any of that. I have a real submarine game called EVE Online.
Those old quest lines and missions and characters.
I should go play it right now. You know what I'm saying? Every time I think about anything naval or submarine or anything at all, I'm like, no, I've got EVE Online. Why bother?
And burrows and ask, what type of game was Cyberpunk really, and how well do those core unchanged elements hold up? But I also wanted to see and experience everything new here, and there's a lot. Update 2.0 is such a drastic overhaul of the game that it absolutely has a transformative impact on the overall Cyberpunk experience. Pruning back unnecessary clutter and adding essential elements ripped straight from what we imagine life as a network.
I don't believe him. I don't believe him.
Is this the game it should have been at launch?
No. No.
In many ways, yes.
No.
But Update 2.0 also reminds us how deeply baked some of Cyberpunk's core issues are.
Yep.
To the point where the only place we might reasonably look for them to be addressed
is nowhere. Yeah, a sequel. You can't find it in that current title. That game is so goddamn boring. Okay, if somebody was like, I'll pay you $1 million to sit in a room for a month and only play one game, because that's what it would cost me. That's what I would charge somebody to do that. I'd be like, no, I'm such a multi-gamer now that I was my idea of hell is playing one single game. You know what I'm saying? So if you were to choose between Grand Theft Auto 5 or Cyberpunk, I would take the Grand Theft Auto 5. This is a game that came out 6 years before Cyberpunk on the previous generation. I would take Grand Theft Auto 5 over Cyberpunk any day. I'll take GTA 5 RP over Cyberpunk. I look at Cyberpunk as a complete fucking failure. I mean, I wasn't joking when I said 46. Hop said, have a good rest of your stream. Sleep well. Oh, good night, Hop. Good night, Hop. Sleep well, Hop. Good night, Hop. Thank you for everything. It's too late. Yeah, go to bed, buddy. You're too young to be staying up this late. Or no, you're not. No, you're not. I'm too old.
And then there's the Phantom Liberty campaign.
Sleep well, buddy. IOY.
Offering up an entirely new cast of characters to meet and a location to explore. They're at times absolutely...
You fucked up your... What did you do?
The release of Cyberpunk... So by now, you'll have likely heard that when it comes to the technical performance of Cyberpunk 2077,
the game is fixed.
But I don't want to take that as just read. I want to show you how this game actually runs across different hardware setups, and in particular, I want to showcase where Cyberpunk has landed, because this has gone from being a very...
Why does CDPR put all of their eggs into this one basket and then just like push the world into supporting their baby? It's disgusting to me. It reminds me of the Taj Mahal or you know, like Citizen Kane. What was that? Shangri-La or whatever it was he had. Like Shangri-La or whatever. It's like, man, nobody wants to see your Titanic fucking movie. You know, nobody wants to see your Waterworld tank or whatever. I really didn't like this whole vibe. I don't like CDPR.
Very broken AAA release to...
I knew this was going to be a negative review for me, and I think I'm going to get off it. I know how I feel about this game. I don't need to do it. I don't need to be all negative about it. Oh my god. Yeah, Burritos of the Nephilim. Yeah, I can't believe he did that. We probably can't do that on stream. Oblivion's incredible hidden mechanic. Okay.
By the 9, the white gold tower is dripping. Buy my merch. Enjoy the video. I remember the first time I ever saw Oblivion. It was at my family's farm, and I was watching my big cousin play it on a Frankenstein of a PC. I'd only ever played Morrowind and adored it, despite being young and terrible at it. Hey, why don't people like Morrowind? I watched as he was chased by Daedra towards a roadside inn. He entered inside, and I immediately relaxed, knowing the danger was behind us. Only to have my world shattered when the Daedra came straight through the door. I know such a basic mechanic of the modern era, which often doesn't even have loading screens for houses these days, seems like such a weird thing to be amazed by, but in Morrowind, cell switching by NPCs almost never happened. Only just noticed that the end of this boat is like a tree that they're just kind of hanging a lantern on. Me, when I console command unlock the door. Oh! NPCs simply remained where they were or wandered in a small area, never chasing you out of the cell. Only a few had schedules, and mostly for quests as far as I know. This led to things like young me murdering terrorized Gavain because the guards could never come into houses. I would
Oh
then
my
set up a
God.
home as my own and slowly integrate myself with the townsfolk. Every day, they'd peek in between the boards and the windows and wonder, where is Teresa anyway?
You talented Mr. Ripley. I mean, this is what Bethesda games do to you, though.
I'll open the door, and I'll look at them, and I'll smile and say, howdy, neighbor. So enemies chasing you into cells blew my mind, and it's what made Oblivion so special to me. It felt like the first living world, and I know that sounds silly with how simplistic Oblivion really kind of is. But for a kid at that time, it was the best thing I'd ever seen. Enemies might follow you into an inn, and you can watch as the local populace gives them a very physical demonstration of why their drinks are so cheap. Oblivion. And you can watch it. I know that sounds silly with how simplistic Oblivion really kind of is.
This guy's
For a
funny.
kid at that time, it was the best thing I'd ever seen. Enemies might follow you into an inn, and you can watch as the local populace gives them a very physical demonstration.
Bethesda NPCs brawling is actually so funny to me.
Of why they're drinking.
They all suck so bad that nothing happens.
It's so cheap.
It's like watching stormtroopers try to shoot at people, you know?
Oblivion had a few flashy things to show off its new NPC schedules and cell switching ability, including a dude in Anvil who's been riding the local bicycle. Sorry, Chads, but in Oblivion, the Short King gets the weird elf. Seriously, like, all of the quotes about her are just racism against wood elves.
Yeah.
Greetings. Yes. What's the news from the other parts of Tamriel?
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
See you.
Bye.
Jesus Christ, what a flawless infiltration. Oh, hold on, speaking of, thank you.
I'm Hassathel, Heinrich Oakenhall's wife. Take care.
Well met.
One of my favorite mods was 28 Days and a Bit Later, a mod that simulated a spreading zombie apocalypse where people actually got infected and spread the virus. It really made the world feel alive when a horde in one town might travel to another and threaten its survivors. I even played some of the sequels to that mod for Skyrim on the channel ages ago. Oh, the special edition. With the deaths increasing, the reports of hideous creatures in the snow coming from Bruma. Now what's going on up in Bruma, I wonder? Oh,
no.
This is going on in Bruma.
Hey, protect and serve. It's what we do.
What's the matter?
What the fuck? Where has the light gone? Why hath the gods forsaken us? I've actually never seen this happen before, and I'm fucking terrified. But there's a mechanic that makes the best use of this new ability of the engine, and it's one that I don't think many people know of. The mechanic that I adored as a kid, and that inspired this video. The Goblin Wars.
Yes!
Yes, that's right. Oblivion has a hidden mechanic mentioned only in a single quest as far as I can tell. Goblin Trouble is a minor side quest that has you aiding a group of farmers who had their land swarmed with goblins due to ongoing ethnic tensions between the tribes. Tensions which involve warbands of goblins marauding through the hills. And collateral damage is not considered a sin in goblin culture, but a score to be beaten. Your job in this quest is to put an end to the war through all the usual different means. As a side note to further showcase the living world, once you complete the quest, the town actually slowly rebuilds and rewards you with gold every week, and I think that's cool as hell.
Radiant AI.
Please.
Real world.
Stop. So how do these mysterious goblin wars actually work? Well, there are 7 tribes of goblins in Citadel.
Oh my god, I can't believe they did this shit. Why did they go this deep with it?
Actually more, but shut up. Each tribe has a lair, A shaman.
Oh my god, I can't believe there's 7 goblin lairs in fucking Oblivion. I had no idea.
A war chief.
And I played that game for thousands of hours.
Their totem staff. Now let's see when...
Oh my god. I mean, I feel like I've been to every spot on this map, and I still had no idea that there was goblin camps. I had no clue. You can easily miss it, I think. Maybe you're supposed to see this one over here, but I wouldn't normally ever go out that direction for a long time. You do have to go to, what is it? It's like this one over here. I can't remember the name. It's like, it's up here in the mountains. I can't remember though.
And most people don't even know this exists. First, to begin a goblin war, the shaman must be alive, which, considering the average player, is not a very high chance. Second, the totem staff must be stolen, which in some cases it already is, with 2 tribes missing their totems and thus being at war at the start of the game. However, even worse is the fact that the totem staffs are often guarded by the shamans, who die defending them. Because the average player likely never knew about the diverse, interconnected religious system that the goblins strictly adhere to, including laying down all arms and showing the intruder who has slain your god avatar, Nanawate.
Nanawate. Nanawate.
My god, he just overthrew the system! One recommendation is that after you decapitate their leadership and rip families apart, why not use the cave as a safe place to rest, guarded by your own theologically enslaved army?
Wow.
Third, the totem staff must be on the ground, not in your inventory, not in a container, and not sold. That last one is important because if there's one thing merchants in the Elder Scrolls love, it's rotting goblin heads on sticks. By God, you've struck gold. So after you blast a couple people with it, you sell the staff and make a...
7,000? Are you serious? No way. It says 100 when you pick it up, but when you go to the vendor, it's 7,000.
And not sold. That last one is important because if there's one thing merchants in the Elder...
Oh my god. No, it is 700. I thought I misread. I was thinking it was 100 gold. It's 7,760 gold. Why?
Scrolls love.
No way. Why? That's like the highest value item in the game.
It's rotting goblin heads on sticks. By God, you've struck gold.
You struck gold. I had no idea.
So after you blast a couple people with it, you sell the staff and make a shitload of money, and the goblins go to war with the merchant guilds. Wait, what the fuck? This is just Elder King. If you've done all these things, if you've aligned yourself facing north on the 11th of Heartfire,
what?
If you've smashed the like button, then you might have just started.
He's funny. He gets it. Yeah.
Brand new race war.
Yeah, he's
but
good.
don't make the mistake of trying against the Bitterfish. There's actually more, but shut up. Yeah, shut
The
fuck up.
Bitterfish.
Which is a tribe you meet in the main quest, which has no war chief, no totem pole. It has a possibility of spawning multiple shamans, but they don't work like shamans. They are truly just a tribe in name. The shaman's death will not affect the stone-cold hearts of those infidels. There's also this kinda unique goblin witch. This goblin witch also has a goblin shaman staff, but this
Goblin
isn't
shaman
a goblin
staff.
totem staff. Those are completely different things. And she's also not a shaman. What did Todd mean by this? Throw into the mix that the mechanic itself was buggy as hell and relied on NPCs that moved overland without the player being present, which was somewhat of a wacky system. Some people claim the code never existed, though those people seem to be very much wrong, and that Oblivion very rarely featured things like this, and it's not hard to see why most people would just never come across it. But I found out about it, became fascinated with it as a kid. I remember the joyous days of goblins attacking the coolest house in the game. I have a castle gate. It keeps the bad things out. So what's my aim in this video? What was I trying to do? Well, this wasn't how it started, but by the end, I was trying to prove that the mechanic existed. I was going insane. I was trying to prove that I wasn't crazy. See, despite all of the posts you can find about the Goblin Wars, people asking about them or talking about them or how they do work. So many people say they have never worked, but others say that they did work even on console where it couldn't have been modded. Others say it's cut content that was never added in. Some say you just have to wait forever, way longer than you'd think, or that you must place the staff in a rival tribe's lair, not just in the open, or that there's a distance limit to it. And even the unofficial Elder Scrolls page, God bless, the wiki disagrees with itself as to whether or not they even exist or work. I'm breaking out the archives because even...
Oh my god, it's late. I had no idea it's 1:30 in the morning. I am going to stop here, guys. I've been at this for 15 hours, and I'm so sorry to bail on you, but yeah, I'll come back to it in the morning. But yeah, I can feel myself fading, and I'm sorry. I always call it when I'm fading because I don't believe I'm providing good content anymore. I'm just sitting here watching a fucking video, and I don't think that's very fair. So, oh hey, I got my heart gem. Did I? Oh, I did. I got my heart gem. Yes, yes, yes. Very good, very good. Yeah. Good night, number 2. Thank you so much. Good to see you guys and everything. Oh yeah, sorry, I heard chat and I was like, just a reminder, you've been watching Skycat Live. It has been 15 hours, a wonderful time. I had so much fun today. Thank you so much for watching me and everything. I am Skycat Live. I'm a full-time variety gamer all day, every day. Put me on in the background. I'm exhausted and I screamed my throat out today and I should go rest and stuff. And so, yeah, what did we do today? We did like 4 hours of Rust and like 10 hours of New World or whatever it was. And it was really good. And I really enjoyed it quite a lot. Or 5 hours of Rust or something, I don't know. But anyways, I will do the same thing. I assume I will do the same thing tomorrow unless I have something I don't know about. It was a good Saturday. I enjoyed it. At sometimes viewership of 10 in here, and that's really good. I like that. Looking at the calendar, I believe we're good. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So I will be on here in about 10